Welcome to Wednesdays with Wayne, and I thought this week I'd give you a spring update from my yard. Let's start with the bulbs. The daffodils and tulips were absolutely glorious this year because of the cool spring weather, but now we have all these seed heads that are forming on them, and they really should be removed. This is actually kind of starving the carbohydrates from the base of the plant, and the bulbs will be much more vigorous if we remove all of these spent flowers that are forming seeds. I can do this with a retractable knife, as you see, or a pair of snips. As for the foliage, we want to leave that foliage up for a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks. It should be turning brown or completely brown before that foliage is removed. In terms of planting, annuals should start to be planted immediately as the weather is warming up. So I'm doing a lot of annual planting here. You can see flats of flowers, and all of these will be put in the garden. Keep in mind that water is one of the most basic and essential parts of planting. It's just a basic part of plant health and plant life. So make sure that you not only water the flats before you install them, but after they are installed, they definitely need to have a real good soaking. And don't forget to water them a few days after the installation. I'm also working on containers and putting all my containers together for annuals. You can see here on the deck that I've put a few of the containers together here with this really great lantana tree. So I'm working on the containers, getting all my annuals established so that I can have a really nice display for my summer entertaining. Weeding is also a crucial part of keeping the garden clean for the summer months. After a good rain, you can easily pull the weeds out of the garden, or I really like to use the handy dandy soil knife to just get in very deep and get the root and all of the weeds. Again, this will help keeping the garden look very clean and tidy for the summer months. Also, make sure that you have put your pre-emergent down. That will be a weed preventer. And if you haven't mulched, it's still plenty of time to get the mulching done. Do the last of your pruning this time of the year as well for the plants that are not blooming in the spring that will bloom later on. You can see here, I've got a lot of dead sticks that I need to remove from these hydrangeas now that I know that they have died back to the ground. So again, I want to remove all of these stems with just a pair of snips. And then finally, remember to add some new plants to the garden. I'm going to be trying some more annuals, some different things. You can see this border here is being planted right now. And I'm going to also be adding and filling in any kind of spots in the garden, not only with annuals, but also with some new perennials. So I'm picking out some of the newer selections of perennials. In this case, I've got a couple new coral bells that I'm gonna add to the garden down by the lake. So thank you for joining Wednesdays with Wayne, sponsored by Niemeyer's Landscape Supply. And remember, beautiful landscapes start here.